नमस्कार दोस्तों, स्वागत है सभी लोगों का हमारे पार्ट 6 लेक्चर के अंदर। मॉडर्न हिस्ट्री के पार्ट 5 तक हम ऑलरेडी 500 क्वेश्चंस कर चुके हैं। आज हम पार्ट 6 कर रहे हैं। जो लोग फर्स्ट टाइम ज्वाइन किए हैं चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लीजिए। और मैं प्रोफेसर रवि रंजन सर सभी लोगों का फिर से एक बार स्वागत करता हूं। बेल आइकन जरूर दबा लीजिएगा ताकि आपका शॉर्ट सिलेक्शन हो सके। रेलवे स्पेशल का ये बैच चल रहा है हमारा, जिसके अंदर हम लोग अवेलेबल करा रहे हैं सारे स्टूडेंट्स को प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन जो एग्जाम के लिए इंपॉर्टेंट है और जो ऑन गोइंग एग्जाम्स चल रहे हैं। स्टार्ट करते हैं। चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लीजिएगा। तो चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं। हमारा 494 तक हम कर चुके थे। आज़ाद हिंद फौज हम लोग कर रहे थे, ठीक है। तो चलिए आगे के बाद क्वेश्चंस कर लेते हैं हम लोग। इन ईच ईयर was Subhash Chandra Bose first elected the president of Indian National Congress for the first time in 1938? Which of the following statement is not about Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose? He was member of the Constitution during drafting committee. It is a wrong statement. While other statements like he was deported to Mandalay, it is correct. He founded Indian National Army. This is correct. He participated in non-cooperation movement 1921. This one is correct. Who was the founder of the Forward Bloc Party? Subhash Chandra Bose. Who among the following was the one of the defense attorneys of the famous Sehgal Dhilan Shah Nawaz trials? Jawaharlal Nehru. What was the name of the party which was founded by Subhash Chandra Bose in 1939? All India Forward Bloc. Which of the following party was founded by Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose? All India Forward Bloc. Subhash Chandra Bose founded Azad Hind Fauj at Singapore in the year 1943. Who proclaimed the formation of provisional government of the Azad Hind on October 21st, 1943? Subhash Chandra Bose. Who was the lawyer during the famous 3 Indian National Army soldiers trials? Bhula Bhai Desai. Who has founded the Indian National Army? So, founded Indian National Army was Mohan Singh. Later on, it was transferred to all the rights was transferred to Subhash Chandra Bose. Who among the following first conceived the idea of Indian National Army? So, idea of Indian National Army was given by Mohan Singh. Azad Hind Fauj, Indian National Army, was founded in 1942. Indian National Army recaptured Andaman and Nicobar Island from British government and named them Shaheed and Swaraj Island. Indian National Army was founded by. Now we have given the options. Raj Bihari Bose was the original founder. Later on, the rights was transferred. Who had founded Deshbandhu Association? Tirupar Kumaran. Who was the founder of Subhash Chandra Bose? Who was the father of Subhash Chandra Bose? Janki Nath Bose. Who was the president of Independence for India League formed in 1928? Srinivas Iyengar. Which British Prime Minister sent Cripps mission to India? Winston Churchill. Which Prime Minister sent the Cripps mission to India in 1942? Winston Churchill. Which political party was in power in England when the cabinet mission came to India? Labour Party. Who was not member of the cabinet mission? John Simon was not a part of cabinet mission. Lord Patrick, Lawrence, Stafford Cripps and Alexander was the part of cabinet mission. Cabinet mission came to India in the year 1946. The cabinet mission sent to India in 1946 by the British government comprised of 3 members. In which of the following years did Quit India movement started? 1942. The Quit movement India was started in which place? Bombay. Quit India movement was started in 1942. Quit India movement began in 1942 with call by Mahatma Gandhi, do or die. In which year Quit India movement was started? 1942. When did the Mahatma Gandhi started Quit India movement? 8 August 1942. In which year Mahatma Gandhi started Quit India movement? 1942. The Quit India movement was launched at the Bombay session of the All India Congress Committee by Mahatma Gandhi in 1942, that is in 8th August. Month was August. Quit India movement played an important role in the freedom struggle of India. Which of the following incident happened after this movement? The Labour government of Britain sent a cabinet mission to India on 24th March 1946. Quit India movement was launched at the session of the All India Congress Committee, Bombay. During the Quit India movement, Aruna Asaf Ali hoisted the National Congress flag in Bombay, that is now Mumbai. August Kranti is also known as Quit India movement because it was started on 8th August, no? That's why. The 78th anniversary of Quit India movement was observed on 8th August 2020. Provincial election was held in the year British India. Provincial election was done by British India or in British India in 1936 to 37. Now we will discuss Mountbatten Plan or Partition of India. Who was the founder of Khudai Khidmatgar movement and strongly opposed the partition of India and Pakistan in 1947? Khan Abdur Ghaffar Khan. Which of the following provision was a part of the Indian Independence Act of 1947? India will be divided into two parts. So this was under Indian Independence Act of 1947. India and Pakistan were divided into two independent nations through which constitutional law? India Freedom Act 1947 or India Independence Act 1947. Where was Mahatma Gandhi on the day India got independence? He was in Calcutta. On which day the partition of India was announced? 3rd June 1947. So announcement was done on 3rd June 1947. What was the time when India got independence on 15th August 1947 midnight? When was the time British government agreed upon giving India independence? 1947. When did India become a sovereign republic? 26 January, 26 January 1945. Republic Day is celebrated on 26 January. Now we will discuss about constitutional development of India. The Constitution of India was created under 1946 of the Constituent Assembly, that is Cabinet Mission Plan. Who is called as the father of commercial electorate in India? Lord Minto. Which of the following was introduced to separate electorates to widen the gap between Hindus and Muslims? The Morley-Minto reforms. In India, the communal electorate system was firstly started through Morley-Minto reform 1909. In which year did British government allow separate electorate for Muslims? 1909. 1909 में ही separate electorate बना दिया था. Which of the following was proposed by the British government with regards to structuring the Indian government in 1909? Morley-Minto reforms. What was the Government of India Act based on? It was based on the principle of parliamentary system, a federation and parliamentary system. Which cabinet mission proposed a constituent assembly to frame the Constitution of India? Cabinet Mission Plan 1946. Which of the following acts in India was based on the report of a committee headed by British Prime Minister Lord North? Regulating Act 1773. Which act of the British Parliament provided for the responsible government in the provinces? Act of 1935. Which party formed the government in the state of Punjab in the provincial election of 1937 under British India rule? Unionist Party. When did British act the Inland Immigration Act? 1859. Under which of the following act the plantation workers were not allowed to leave the tea gardens without permission? Inland Immigration Act 1859. Which of the following provinces has had maximum representation in the Constituent Assembly of India as on 31st December 1947? United Provinces. Which of the following acts ended the trade monopoly of the company in India and opened it all to the British subjects except tea? Charter Act 1813. Provincial autonomy was prescribed under the Government of India Act of 1935. Which was the first act passed by the British government to control and regulate the affairs of the East India Company in India? Regulating Act of 1773. Which is not true related with Government of India Act 1919. The act covered 20 years from 1919 to 39, that is 10 years. मतलब basically they have said 20 years but the correct answer is 10 years. तो कौन सा सही नहीं है गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया एक्ट 1919 के बारे में कि ये एक्ट जो 20 साल चला था, जबकि ये गलत है, ये जो सिर्फ 10 साल ही चला था. The Britishers had introduced indirect elections systems in India for the first time by which of the following act? So indirect elections first time 1892. The post of Governor General was created by Charter Act 1833. Provincial autonomy was granted by Government of India Act 1935. In which year the Morley Minto reforms were passed in British India? That is 1909. The report of amendment of the Constitution, Indian Constitution, is commonly known as Montague-Chelmsford. When was this report published? 1918. In which year Pitt's India Act was passed? 1783. Now we will discuss about governors, governor generals and viceroys. Who introduced Vernacular Press Act in India? Lord Lytton. Who was the signatories of the tripartite treaty signed in 1838 against Dost Muhammad Khan? That is Lord Auckland, Maharaja Ranjit Singh and Shah Shuja. Who among the following was the capital city of British India? Called Calcutta. Name the person who was appointed the first Surveyor General of India in 1815. Surveyor General of India in 1815 was Colin Mackenzie. Who was the first Viceroy of India? Lord Canning. Who was the first Viceroy of India? Lord Canning. In which year was the title Viceroy given to Governor General of India? 1858. Who became the first Viceroy of India? Lord Canning. Who became the last Governor General and first Viceroy of India during the rule of the British Crown? Lord Canning. In 1861, Archaeological Survey of India was founded by Lord Alexander Cunningham. Name the first Indian to join Viceroy's Executive Council. Satyendra Prasad Sinha. Who was the first Governor General of Independent India? That is Lord Mountbatten. Who was the last Governor General of India? So we will talking about India. So C. Rajgopalachari. Who was the Viceroy of British India at the time of India when India became dependent in 1947? So Viceroy was Lord Mountbatten. Before the Indian Constitution came in existence, India Dash was the Governor General of India. So now you have to put the answer in the comment section. I have already told. So before the Constitution came into India, who was the गवर्नर जनरल ऑफ इंडिया. यू हैव टू गिव योर आंसर्स इन द कमेंट सेक्शन. मैंने अभी आपको बताया था. इंडिपेंडेंट इंडिया में कौन था? देखिए, लास्ट गवर्नर जनरल ऑफ इंडिया. If you talk about Indian government, Indian Governor General, so that was C. Rajgopalachari. Next, who replaced Lord Mountbatten was the Governor General of India? C. Rajgopalachari. So after Lord Mountbatten, C. Rajgopalachari became the Governor General of India. Dash was the summer capital of British. Simla was the summer capital of British. Who devised the policy of doctrine of lapse? Lord Hastings or Lord Hastings. Which of the following was adopted by Lord Dalhousie to annex Indian states? So Lord Dalhousie used the doctrine of lapse policy. Name the reform that was introduced during the term of Lord Dalhousie in the year 1848. Doctrine of lapse. Who among the following is called as the father of local self-government in India? Lord Ripon. The first passenger train in India ran between Dash in the year 1853, Bombay and Thane, 34 kilometers, proposed by Lord Mountbatten. Who is known as father of Indian Railways? Lord Dalhousie. Who was the Viceroy of India when Gandhiji called for Dandi Yatra? Lord Irwin. And after that there was Gandhi-Irwin Pact also, 1931. Who among the following was instrumental in promoting English education in India? Thomas Babington Macaulay. Promoting English education in India. Who was considered the father of all India services? Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Which of the following Viceroy of India did take initiative to create elected local government bodies? That is Lord Ripon. Who was the Governor General of India at the time of Sepoy Mutiny? Lord Canning. It is an important question, एग्जाम में आया हुआ है. लॉर्ड कैनिंग वाज 1857 का जो रिवॉल्ट हुआ था उस समय पे कौन था? गवर्नर जनरल लॉर्ड कैनिंग. Who described the kingdom of Awadh as a cherry that will drop into your mouth one day? Lord Dalhousie. Which kingdom was called a cherry by Governor General of Lord Dalhousie? Kingdom of Awadh. So Kingdom of Awadh, it was called a cherry. Which reform movement took place during the term of Lord William Bentinck in the year 1829? So Lord William Bentinck, 1829, that is prohibition of sati. Who was the Governor General of India between 1848 and 1856? Lord Dalhousie. Why? Because 1853 में क्या हुआ था? इंडियन रेलवेज आया था, तो आप खुद ही अंदाजा लगा सकते हो. Who is known as father of civil services in India? So all India services is Vallabhbhai Patel, right? I told you ऑल इंडिया सर्विसेज के बारे में मैंने आपको बताया था, देख लीजिए आप लोग. सरदार वल्लभ भाई पटेल. बट आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट सिविल सर्विसेज. So civil services is Charles Cornwallis. So Charles Cornwallis was the father of civil services in India. Who was known as the father of civil services? Charles Cornwallis. When did Lord Clive finally return to England from India? So from India, he returned back to England, Lord Clive, in 1767. And the last question of the day, name the Viceroy of India who was associated with the controversial Ilbert Bill during the Indian freedom struggle. Lord Ripon. He was also called as local self-governance. He was responsible for local self-governments. So Lord Ripon was in the controversial Ilbert Bill during the Indian freedom struggle. So I hope you you have enjoyed the video, right? So those who are few first time they have joined, share it with your friends and subscribe to the channel, right? So let's have a quick recap of all those questions which we have done. I hope you are getting the recap of all those questions. 49, 48, 47, 46, 45, 44, 43, 42, 41, 40, 39, 38, 37, 36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. I hope which we have discussed, we are going with it. Yes. So this is the end of the session. Thank you very much. Press the bell icon for your selection. Thank you very much. Best of luck for the exams. So you can see, you can subscribe to the channel, right?